Are you considering starting your own business? Do you know some of the biggest reasons why a startup business fails? I spent the past 2 years building my own business. Unfortunately, it ended in failure and I had to close down. I experienced firsthand the challenges of trying to build a business from scratch. Today, I'm going to share with you the 6 core reasons why my business failed, and then I'll give you 6 actionable tips to help you avoid the same mistakes I made. Before I tell you the failures, let me tell you the right things that I had in place when I started. I started with cash savings of 200,000 krona, that's $30,000. I hired great people. Also, I hired when Cashflow was secure to cover 3 months of their employment. I got some good branding in place. I had a good website. There was a lot of good social media content planned. I knew my industry well, and I had the niche experience. I had good contacts, and I had some clients already show interest in my company services from the very beginning. And so, the first 6 months started like a dream. So then you might be thinking, what could go wrong? Well, let me share with you what went wrong for me. Firstly, I grew too fast. After a very successful first 6 months, I got more ambitious. I really scaled up. I had good indicators from potential clients that they would need more team members, so I hired them. Essentially, I hired team members based off previous client success and client indicators. The market was really good in late 2021. Unfortunately, soon after hiring my team members in 2022, some clients were changing their mind and putting their hiring plans on hold. So then I was in a position with a large team of recruiters and not enough projects. For the first time, I started to make a loss in the cash flow. I did react to this and I managed to win new clients. However, it was a real challenge to keep a team of 10 at full capacity. Pressure was on all of the time. Not only were we losing money, but also my team were not getting the projects and the challenges they deserved. This was on me. Market need. At the time of launch in May 2021, it was perfect timing. I had a constant flow of new business and a lot of inbound sales. My company, Talenteer, was solving a problem that the Danish workforce needed: recruiters on demand. We were riding a time when demand for recruiters exceeded the supply of recruiters. It's a dream scenario for any company. We got this right. However, the change in economic conditions during 2022 turned this market need in the complete opposite direction. The war in Ukraine started on February 20th, 2022, and this had an impact on our industry for hiring. Throughout 2022, we experienced a year of economic downturn and high uncertainty. Company layoffs went into full force, and it's still happening in 2023. These include tech giants such as Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and more. This had a direct impact on the global economy, and especially so for the recruitment industry that we were operating in. Companies no longer wanted to spend money on more recruiting. They were doing the opposite. They were letting go of their recruitment and their talent acquisition teams. And so due to economic conditions affecting the market need for our services, this really made running a recruitment outsourcing business very challenging. Demand for recruiters had severely diminished. Not enough focus on sales. Daily outbound sales by me was needed. I should have been more out there, picking up the phone, meeting people relentlessly. Yes, I won deals throughout the 2 years. Yes, I won 25 clients in 2022. But when you have a team of 10, it's all on me to be a sales machine and keep that pipeline flowing. I should have either got more support on sales or moved all my other tasks away. Instead, the costs were ongoing and I wasn't doing enough. Bottom line, when I hire each team member, it's my responsibility to keep them busy from the moment they join. Sure, there might be a few gaps between the projects. That's the life of consultancy, but it should be rare and not the norm. If I could go back in time, I would spend less time on creating videos on YouTube. Yes, the videos on YouTube I created were specifically aimed at my target audience to win business. However, this did not generate revenue for me or bring in any clients or sales. A lot of time went on this. I was thinking this method of video would help me stand out in the crowd during a time of turbulence. But this didn't convert. Planning a video, scripting a video, shooting and editing a video is very time consuming and it's costly. The opportunity cost would have been to get in front of potential customers directly. My advice to you, always keep your sales funnel active. As we say in sales, The phone is your friend. Use it. Product diversification. I noticed once a consulting assignment was done, that was it. There was not a lot of repeat business. Once a 3 or 6 month project was done, then no more recruiting services was needed. Now this is the nature of recruitment process outsourcing. And in hindsight, I wish we had other products or services to upsell. This could have been offering team members on a part-time basis, or offering other services such as branding, marketing, onboarding, offboarding. There could have been other ways to try and keep a client working closely with us and filling any gaps they might have in their talent function. So my recommendation to you, if you're considering starting a business, consider product diversification. Have some plan Bs if your main product or service becomes less in demand. Cash flow. Following the first 6 months of success, I also scaled up the expenses. Now 2 of these was a LinkedIn executive license for 17 users and then an office for 18 people. At the time, I could only see my business going one way, growth. I envisaged an office full of 18 recruiters and eventually outgrowing that office too. I really believed in myself and the business. Unfortunately, as 2022 got more challenging, we did not use the full office facilities or the LinkedIn licenses to their full. This placed a huge financial burden on the cash flow from here onwards. Then, I should have cut costs sooner. We were running out of cash. The warning signs were there, but I believed I could turn it around. I didn't want to let go of any of my team. I had a team of talented people. They were awesome. I tried for investment right at the end to save my business. However, by this time, the business was minus 2 million kroner. That's $300,000. And thus, it was not an attractive investment. I was advised to close up and start again. Paying taxes. As a byproduct of negative cash flow each month, only some things could be paid. So I prioritized paying team salaries over taxes. My team salaries was a non-negotiable in my mind. Tax could wait a few more months. I truly believed we were going to turn things around and that I could get to the taxes once we were profitable again. Having spoken to a number of other CEOs, this is a common challenge they face. Juggling business costs and taxes during a period of negative cash flow. Cash flow is king, and you should always keep up with paying taxes. What would I have done differently? I would have created a separate bank account specifically for the tax money, and it would have been a non-negotiable to ever touch that money. Leave the exact amount in there so that when tax money is due every quarter, we would have it. Remember, the tax authorities have the power to close you down. Realize this from day one, keep on top of it. Unfortunately, it was the tax authorities that could no longer agree to a payment plan with me, and they closed my business down in March 2023. I also want to share with you some data from CB Insights. They analysed over 100 startup failures, and the top 2 reasons were: ran out of cash, 38%, no market need, 25%. Sadly, both of these were reasons that massively contributed to my business failure. So let me summarise the 6 tips for you. Grow at a steady rate. Don't get carried away by success. Grow cautiously. Identify the market need. Research the market. Watch out for economic factors. Focus on sales. Either you're bringing in the client or someone else is, but make sure it happens consistently. Product diversification. Find ways to upsell and maximize revenue from clients. Cash flow. Maintain a positive cash flow at all times. If the business adjusts, you make adjustments to accommodate it. Taxes. Prioritize your taxes, save the money in a separate account, pay on time. I hope this has given you an interesting insight into the business mistakes that I made. I know some of those tips I mentioned were seen quite obvious to anyone about startup. However, I can tell you from experience that it can be easy to let a few of these slip. Reading these from a book or hearing it in a university lecture is very different to actually experiencing it on the battlefield, so to speak. You only know how you're going to react when you're put under pressure in these real situations. I was a CEO with no partners, trying to spin all the plates. I tried building a business with my own savings and no investment or financial backing. I had the ambition to grow to be a big business and be the market leader. An economic downturn happened. We lost clients. We then lost money fast. When taxes could not be paid, then it came to closure. The journey was exciting, but the closure was very painful for me and all my staff. If you're about to start a business or already running one, I hope that I've given you something to learn from. Try to avoid the same mistakes I made. Please do comment below if there was a tip that you'll be applying to be better prepared for. I'd also love to hear if you've started a business or considering running one. I also hope I haven't put you off. What's next for me? Well, I've just launched my new business called Paying Talent. I provide recruitment and talent services to companies across Europe. It's just me, there's no team, and I've taken all of my learnings from my last business, and I really want to build a successful business this time. I do hope to make a video in a few years' time to share that story with you. If you've stayed listening to the end of this video, then I thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe if you would like to follow my journey, where I also share my learnings and provide you with personal development and career tips. See you next time.